tell me a little bit about last night. You went to the game.
Well,
Are you celebrating your son's birthday week?
yeah, we're just trying to make this week about him. So obviously, every year this week is Phillies game week. So, and the people in front of us, they're from Philly also, and they go that same week to the Marlins game as every year also. The guy Matt in front of us, it was his birthday also, and we're just trying to enjoy the game, and it happened.
So when Harrison Bader
so
hit that,
excited.
when Harrison Bader hit that ball,
Yeah.
what did your instincts tell you to do?
I tracked that ball from the bat all the way to that seat. I was moving to the right, and it hit and bounced and dropped in the seat, and I picked it up, and then she reached for it and scratched my hand a little bit, trying to scare me for it. And of course, I'm so excited, I just held the ball up and ran to my son to put it in his glove, thinking like, oh my God, his birthday wishes come true. We got him a ball, and a home run from Bader at that. Like we would have been happy with a Marlins home run, just because it's his birthday, but that's a dream come true, getting a ball from a Bader home run. That's as good as it gets.
I completely agree. I grew up going to games with my dad, and I played baseball throughout college, and that's what I did. I loved going to games and trying to get a baseball from the major leaguers. There's no other feeling like it. So when you give it to your son, what's his reaction?
Well, he took a second to process. I think you could see his face. He's like, oh my God, what's happening? That ball's for me. And I was like, maybe he'll be up on the big TV. We got to watch. Because that's why I handed him the ball and made him stand up and everything. Because I was hoping he would be on the TV for his birthday. And, here comes Karen screaming in my ear. And life has been a little different since then.
So the video shows that woman grabbing your arm and your reaction. You kind of jumped. What went through your mind at that point?
Well, I jumped because of the yelling in my ear. I'm pretty calm, but I really don't like screaming and yelling. It's a loud baseball game, and already, and she is just 6 inches from my ear. That's my ball. And of course I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm still in disbelief that she walked down there like that.
Wow. It was truly crazy. So what led you to actually giving the ball back to her?
Just trying to set an example how to de-escalate a situation in front of my son, I guess. Just me and my wife and kids, we're not drama people. And this was already at a 13 on a 1 to 10 scale. And I just wanted her away from us, and that was really it. Just go away, lady.
And so what's going through your guys' mind? It seemed like the people around you were obviously totally on your side the entire time. But we have been talking to them the whole game. They're good people. And so what's going through your head after she walks away? What are you guys talking about?
Her specifically, like, how crazy is she to come over and demand that ball? Like, just crazy. And, of course I'm apologizing to my son, and he's like, that's okay. She's crazy. And, then there was quite a bit of smack talk about her in our area.
Right.
We made some jokes, tried to make light of it, kind of thing, laugh it off. And,
Did she ever apologize?
Really she got booed out of the stadium. Her husband was covering his face. He got up and started to walk out, and she followed. This was about 5 minutes after it happened. That entire stadium booed her out. It was so loud.
And she kept the ball, I'm assuming?
Yeah, she left with the ball.
Okay, so we see that. So you tell me that. Okay, so you guys are still sitting there, I'm assuming. How quickly did the Marlins step up and make contact with you?
So everybody told me to go complain that I had a bad experience, and we didn't do anything. It is what it is. But other fans went and contacted the Marlins, and one of the Phillies PR guys came up and sat with me and talked to us about, would you be willing to come down and meet one of the Phillies? And that's, that was the all-time highlight. The Marlins were awesome. They were super. They approached us. They gave my son a goodie bag. He thought that was so cool. Miami Marlins, the staff was super, very nice of them to reach out and come take care of him. That they were great too. Obviously, for me, the exciting thing is going to meet a player with my son. That was a big deal. He's been wearing Phillies gear since he was in diapers, and it's not much different from me. I've been in Florida for around, almost 30 years, but I'm Philly fan through and through. I'm driving my truck through Florida right now, and it's got Eagles, Phillies, Flyers. I even have a Union sticker on there, and of course, it's surreal to see all that happen last night.
Where are you from originally?
So on my mother's side, they're from Kensington a long time ago, and I grew up in Burlington County in Edgewater Park, right across the bridge, and I was just up there again for a week. Went into Center City and got my Jim's cheesesteak, and we tried to go to a game, and we ended up having a big family gathering up there instead, and watched it on TV. And I mean, I'm still as Philly/New Jersey as can be. I love being in Florida for the weather
and so where do you live now in Florida?
West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, I work on cars and trucks. I do custom suspension and accessories and things like that. And I was kind of doing it in New Jersey, and it just really wasn't taking off. And literally 60 days after moving to Florida, I had a full-blown, annual business going that I've been doing for 25 years now. So Florida has been really good to me, but I'll never forget anything in the Philly area. That's home. It'll always be home.
So today, after waking up and after going through what happened last night, what do you think? I mean, is it still surreal, all that happened?
Yeah, I mean, I play it back like I wish I had the ball for my son to put in his room next to the bat. But if I had the ball, I probably wouldn't have gotten the bat. So it worked out. It worked out fine, And however bad that lady needed that ball, she got the ball, and we ended up having a good night because of good people.
Wow. And what was that experience like with Harrison Bader?
Oh, dude, he's a class act. I mean, shook our hands, all the people with us. I mean, he didn't just sign and run. He hung out. He even told Lincoln, he's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry that happened, little buddy," and definitely he couldn't have done better PR. And I think he got taken by a surprise a little bit. Like, I'm sure they told him, like, "Hey, you got to come sign a bat for a kid. Some lady stole your home run ball from him." I'm sure he was like, "What? Okay, I'll sign a bat." But he didn't treat it like he only had 2 seconds. He stayed there for pictures. That means a lot. And what an experience for my son. I mean, he's already a big Phillies fan, and when they're on TV and if there's some news, he's telling me about it. So now for him to be a part of that, that's just going to, cement his is being a Philly fan.
Yeah,
the Eagles game the night before, we watched that, and
right.
Beating Dallas was awesome. I mean, that was a weird game too, but
does his name
Eagles
Lincoln
win and then a Phillies win.
Does his name Lincoln
yes.
have anything to do with Philadelphia?
Yeah. So Lincoln Park, Lincoln Financial is, we call him the Link. He doesn't like the nickname, and neither does my wife. But a couple people call him, Link or Linky or something like that. But we mostly call him Lincoln. But of course, every time we drive up to Philly, we go past the Link, and he's like, "Oh, look, there's Lincoln." So yeah, it definitely holds meaning.
That's cool. That's great.
We just wanted a not mainstream name for him, that had some kind of meaning. So yeah, what a crazy night. That's all I've been texting back. My phone has rung 8,000 times, and the amount of messages and Facebook, and I just keep texting back to people, "Oh, crazy night," because I can't keep up with the social media stuff. And even people that I talk to normally, I can't even talk to them right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That's kind of how I found you, scrolling through social media and hoping to come across something, and fortunately I did. But yeah, I mean, it's a crazy story, and I think it's important to get out there. I mean, you mentioned the fact that you just try to teach your kids for a moment a situation of de-escalating a situation that is highly stressful.
Well, look what's going on in this world. A little de-escalation could go a long way right now.
Yeah. It's really remarkable what you did. And I'm glad that you and your family got recognized for it.
Yeah, I mean, she made it happen, without her stomping away like that and yelling in my face. It really wouldn't have been as amusing, and like I said, I partially regret giving the ball back because of him, but, because of my son, putting the ball in his glove and then taking it back out killed me, but it had to go that way. And I feel that was the right lesson decision to, having him watching me. It's my son, there's nothing I love more. My wife and daughter were there. But, it was his week, so I was trying to give him that extra little bit of attention, so he felt like it was his birthday week. And getting to the game was tough, hour and a half drive, traffic, the whole thing, so just getting into the stadium and being there was amazing. Having that happen, that was, I don't even know what to say. I mean, am I even glad that happened? I don't know. I don't have any negative attention so far, so I guess it's fine.
Right. A birthday that will be remembered.
For him, the bat signing, that was a big deal. But, all morning this morning, just, the lady, like, how crazy. So they definitely found it amusing.
How's the family doing now? How are the wife and the kids?
My wife is a local teacher here, and she's getting a lot of stuff on Facebook and social media from friends all over the place too. And of course, she talks to my family in Jersey, so she's handling a bunch of phone calls and attention and showing the kids as it goes by. Today's a very odd day for me. I have a couple friends that are going riding with, and one of my buddies is leaving for Reno for 2 months, and so I'm going riding trails with just the guys, which is a very odd thing for me. Even pulling out of the driveway with my wife waving, and I'll be back this evening, but it was still weird not going with the family. We do everything together, me and her and the kids.
Right.
So today's a weird day after all that, and then having them not in the truck with me right now on the way to go ride, it's odd.
Today, after, I'm sure you've watched the video at this point and seen it again and what happened.
I've had that. Yeah.
What goes through your mind watching the video?
I feel bad for her husband. I don't know. Nice seeing me and Lincoln on TV with the family there for, his birthday outing. Putting the ball in his glove is probably the coolest part. Holding that ball up and walking over to him and putting the ball in his glove, that was probably the best moment, other than him getting the bat signing. I felt like super dad putting that ball in his glove and giving him a hug. That was probably my best moment. Other than that, he enjoyed all the attention, all the craziness, talking to everybody. It was definitely amusing, but putting that ball in his glove meant a lot to me. That's probably it.
If a time came where this woman stepped up and said, I did something wrong, I would like to give the ball to the kid, would you accept it?
I would respect that. And I think she feels in the right now. She's going to have to be talked to by friends and peers and family to make her realize that she probably shouldn't have acted that way. If she would have came up with some story like, my dad caught a ball here and gave it to me when I don't know. If she would have made up something good, I would have handed it to her anyway. But
do you have a message for her today?
I hope that ball means a lot to her. That's about it. I hope so. I hope somehow it means a lot to her for some reason other than, taking it from a 9-year-old. I wouldn't know what to say. I would like to have it back just for him. I don't want to say for principle, and I do respect principles. I would just like to see it on the shelf next to, because we're going to get him a little bat display for his wall, and I would love to see the ball on it. Other than that, no real message. She knows what she did now.
Yeah.
And she's got plenty of people telling her that she acted inappropriately. And she may still feel justified, and more power to her.
And so Lincoln is 9 years old right now. He'll turn 10 on what day?
He turns 10 on the 15th.
Okay, the 15th.